Breaking news. Donald Trump just released his Mugshot NFTs on Polygon chain.
Hi, everyone. This is your favorite president, Donald J. Trump, with some very exciting news. My last two Trump digital trading card collections sold out in just hours. And now I'm back with my latest series called the Mugshot Edition. I wonder where that came from.
Chainlink CEO on significance of BlackRock ETF. What comes next? Listen.
I think based on the size of the folks looking to make these ETFs and their user base, I think it could be quite significant for our industry as a whole. I think it'll show very clearly that TradFi is a very big player in the blockchain space and in the DeFi space. My view has always been that TradFi and the traditional capital markets are actually the biggest net buyer, the biggest net customer of things like Bitcoin. That will begin to take shape more and more through things like the Bitcoin ETF. I think, though, it'll go very far beyond that because fundamentally, this technology is about creating better transactions, more transparent transactions, less risky transactions, more high-quality relationships between counterparties, which is fundamentally what the entire banking, capital markets, and asset management sectors are really about. And so I think the Bitcoin ETF is an efficient initial step where the bigger players in the capital markets allow folks to access cryptocurrencies. But I think they will then go on to make more and more advanced financial products of their own, and eventually even define their own decentralized finance protocols that interact with the decentralized finance protocols on public chains. And This is where our infrastructure comes in to create that connectivity and interaction, both among Web3 protocols, among capital markets protocols, and very importantly, between Web3 and capital markets.
Do you agree with him? Let us know in the comments section below. Donald Trump announced a new $99 NFT collection. As Trump explained, just like baseball cards, but you can collect them digitally. He's trying to sell a lot of Polygon NFTs.
I'm doing two important things for my Trump collectors. For the first time, we're creating a real physical Trump card. Purchase 47 digital cards and we'll mail you a beautiful trading card. It is an authentic piece of the suit I wore when I took that now famous mugshot, and it was a great suit, believe me, a really good suit. It's all cut up and you're gonna get a piece of it. I'll be autographing some of them. A true collector's item. This is something to give to your family, to your kids and your grandchildren. With the purchase of 47 of the Trump digital trading cards, you will also be invited to join me for a gala dinner at my beautiful Mar-a-Lago, my home in Florida. You've perhaps heard of it. It's become a pretty famous place. We just had our first dinner for my collectors, and we had a lot of fun together. That was a great evening. That was a fantastic evening. Some people call these cards pop art or modern art. I wish I looked as good as I do on those cards. That I can tell you. They give me muscles where, believe me, I don't have them.
Those who buy 47 Trump cards or more will get to have dinner with the former president at Mar-a-Lago and receive a piece of the suit Trump wore for his mugshot when he was arrested in August. In this edition, some cards will even be one-of-ones, the only one in the world, while some others could even be hand-signed by President Donald Trump. Polygon hodlers are happy about it. Listen to the Circle CEO on Bitcoin and digital currencies.
To the extent that we should be looking at Bitcoin as a barometer of risk on, risk off, if you think of it as a speculative asset, I don't know what you think of it as anymore, but we show it on the screen every single day because there's a lot of ownership of it around the world. There's a lot of interest in it around the world. What do you think it's an indicator of?
Sure. So a couple things. So the first is digital commodities are here to stay. And that's just, we have this new thing, digital commodities, they're here to stay. And they will be valued differently. Gold is differently valued than oil, is differently valued than copper, right? So there will be these digital commodities. Bitcoin specifically is the sort of largest digital commodity asset. And I think in the minds of many of the people who are investing in it, this is a risk hedge asset. It can be correlated to availability of money supply, but it also can be uncorrelated. So it doesn't fit every box clearly. And I think you're hearing from sovereigns, from the Ray Dalios of the world, the Larry Finks of the world, others, that they believe that in a complex geopolitical environment, a complex macroeconomic environment, this is an asset that one should have some exposure.
But we should not think of it as a currency.
I
mean, by the
certainly
way,
do not.
you're more in the currency camp in terms of what you do.
Correct, yes. So digital dollars that can be a strong store of value medium of exchange that have all the powers of the internet. That's what dollar stablecoins do. Huge innovation. I expect to be explosive in terms of its growth in the coming years. Just a huge utility for dollars on the internet, huge appetite for dollars on the internet. That's a very big thing. And that's distinct from people who want a currency hedge, so to speak, or a store of value hedge against the world going.
He says the Bitcoin is here to stay. And as Michael Saylor thinks, Bitcoin is great store of value. But the question is, are regulations in crypto getting better? Listen.
So a couple things. The first is global versus US. In every major financial market center around the world, they're actually putting in place clear regulations on digital assets and stablecoins. So Hong Kong, Singapore, Japan, the UK, the EU, UAE, like you go to these places and they actually are doing it. And so the US is behind. I think that's one. In the US, you've got really three big bodies of policy issues. You have markets and how to regulate markets, and there you've got a territorial turf war going on and some kind of political posturing. And then you've got stablecoins. Everyone seems to agree about stablecoins. It's just a matter of when, not if. And then you have this sort of illicit finance stuff, which has become obviously...
That's what Elizabeth Warren
Warren, a very bipartisan kind of issue there. And those are the three big policy kind of components. Now, with respect to markets, which is, I think, that the thing that attracts the most attention, there is a fundamental disagreement between one particular agency and some of the other agencies and Congress.
The SEC and the CFTC, and I ask because we've got Russ Benham coming on.
The SEC, the CFTC, and then obviously Congress and the courts. And the beauty of the U.S. system is we have all three branches, and they're all kind of trying to figure out how to work that out.
Let us know on what did you agree with him and in which you did not. Like, subscribe, and press the bell icon for more videos like this.